For Lloyd announced the bounty on Nigeria Info FM's program Hard Facts today.
Uzoma alias in case from Rumodogo 2. There is also a 2 million bounty on him. There is another chief alias Occasion from Rumodogo 1. Another 2 million on anybody that has information about him. These are members of the kidnap gang that has terrorized the East-West Road. And I will stop at nothing to ensure that these people are brought to book and are prosecuted for the heinous offense that they are committing. And their sponsors, I will come after their sponsors too.
The MOA Council chairman clarified that one of those alleged to be involved in last weekend's kidnapping along the MOA axis of the East-West Road, Wamburuke Wosu, was among those released in June by the Chief Judge of River State during a jail delivery exercise.
I wouldn't want to join issues with the judiciary. I have heard the statement issued by the registrar of the judiciary, and it is correct. As Awosu wasn't among the part that was just released, but he was released in June. There was a jail delivery that happened in June before the recent one. Note that the chief judge will not so move to release anybody from prison. The recommendation is made to him by the prerogative of Mercy Committee.
This bounty brings to 4 the number of suspected kidnappers Dr. Chidiloyd has placed bounty on recently. Rivers State High Court has remanded a former chairman of Aude East local government area, Cassidy Kegbidi, Eze Ekpeye Logbo, Ngozi Angwo, and over 50 other defendants to Port Harcourt Correctional Center. The defendants were arraigned in court by the police in connection with the killing of the divisional police officer of Aude East, SP Bako Angbashim. The suspects didn't take their plea because the bail application by one of the defendants' lawyers, Dejo Lamikara, was opposed by the prosecuting counsel, SP Eniye Perez Sikpi. Trial judge Justice S.H. Aprioku adjourned the case to 21st November for plea and bail consideration. The prosecuting counsel, SP Eniye Perez Sikpi, spoke to correspondent Emeka Otuka after the court proceedings.
The defendants were arraigned, their bail raised, we opposed it, and the court refused bail and remanded the defendants. Some were charged for conspiracy, attempted murder, and cultism relating to the gruesome murder of SP Bako.
Counsel to some of the defendants, Uchechukwu Igbegiri, also spoke.
The matter has been adjourned to 21st of November 2023 for bail consideration. We cannot file or cannot seek for bail orally. It's a high court, so if we seek for bail, it must be by way of motion. That's what the court has advised us to do. There are about 50.
The 4-year-old kidnapped victim in Eche is yet to be found. The boy Moses Giovanni from Umwazu Stream Road in Igbo-Eche in Eche local government area of River State has been missing since Friday last week. The family say the matter has been reported to the police. They are appealing to anyone with information about the boy's whereabouts to report to the police or contact them on 0902 141 4641 or 0905 679 8076. The River State government has been urged to take action following the reported killing of different young girls in some part of the state. Speaking on this, gender advocate Iyingi Irimaga says the silence of the government is fueling the audacity of perpetrators. She expressed disappointment that the governor was fighting a political battle amid the reported killings.
It's disheartening that we are not getting anything from the state, and instead we are seeing that politicians are fighting over structure and whatever it is they are fighting over. I'm not saying that keeping your office is not important, but I'm saying you cannot just sit in your job as the chief security officer of Rivers State just because you have some political issues. The welfare and security of citizens, women and girls, are citizens, the primary priority of the government.
In an interview with correspondent Constance Mega, the national deputy head of the International Federation of Women Lawyers, FIDA, Evelyn Membere Asimia, urged young girls to play safe by notifying family and friends about their movements.
Try to find these 3 persons is where I am. Even when you join a boat, it's easy to share your ride so people know where you are. My advice to the young females is to please play safe, stay safe, inform people before you go out, and if it's possible, stay away from late nights, staying outside your home, outside your parents or outside your school.
Also, the Rivers State coordinator of the response team on violence against women and children, Tombari Dumka Kote, is asking security agencies to be proactive in securing the lives of Rivers people.
In the past, this incident was there when it took the intervention of everybody to see how perpetrators were caught and arrested. That led to a moment where that incident was no longer pronounced. The perpetrators then were apprehended, who were killing women from one hotel to the other, and it is the responsibility of all to also tackle it. We will not leave it alone to security agencies, because without information, the security agencies will not work.
He attributed the menace to lost values in the society. Recall that about 3 weeks ago, the body of a female student of the University of Port Harcourt was found dead in her apartment in the Alo community in Ikwere local government area of the state. This came weeks after the decomposing body of a female student of the University of Port Harcourt, Justina Otwene, was found in her boyfriend's apartment in Ozwoba in Obiakpo local government area. The boyfriend was arrested. On Thursday, last 2 weeks, a 13-year-old girl was allegedly kidnapped, killed, and buried in a shallow grave in Amako Mba in Eche local government area. A suspect was also handed over to the police in connection with this. Moving on, a stakeholder in the oil and gas sector, Joseph Obele, says he is disappointed that the NLC and TUC nationwide strike did not last more than 1 day. Mr. Obele said with the action of organized labor shows that they are not fighting for the masses.
Comrade Joe Ajuru led Executive Council is a big disappointment to the Nigerian masses. They are toothless bulldog. Nigerians don't trust them anymore, and Nigerians will never trust them going forward. Under the present LSC leadership, Nigerian inflation hits 27.3% as food prices tripled. At the moment, average price of PMS in Nigeria is selling at 650 naira per litre to 750 naira per litre, depending on your location in Nigeria.
Mr. Obele also complained that the leadership of NLC and TUC refused to embark on strike when barred fuel was imported into the country. We'll go for a quick commercial break. When we come back, House of Representatives dissatisfied over absence of service chiefs in plenary. Stay tuned. To the rest of the newscast now. The appeal court is fixed Friday, November 17, 2023 for judgment in the Kano State governorship election dispute between Governor Abba Yusuf of the New Nigeria People's Party and Nasiru Gawuna of the All Progressives Congress. The House of Representatives is unhappy after the service chiefs and the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, sent representatives to an interactive session scheduled to hold during plenary today. On the foreign scene now.
And now, we're bringing you news from around the world.
4 people, including 2 pilots, have been killed in Indonesia when 2 military aircrafts crashed into a mountainside during training. On the news this evening, you heard the chairman of MOI local government area, Chidu Lloyd, has placed another 4 million naira bounty on 2 other suspected kidnappers on the foreign scene. 4 people have been killed in military plane crash in Indonesia. The news was edited by Onyekachi Wonsu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I am Kaladakoru Batubo. Good evening. Stay tuned. Open season is up next after the break.